A frequent Vitrans passenger has had enough of her bus driver's antics. Here's a story you'll only see on News Channel 8. Wes Small has the exclusive.
This is the story about an angry Vitrans bus driver. And I'm here now with Tina, who is a customer constantly on the Vitrans system. And here we are at Lorraine. And Tina, you've been calling me for about 2 or 3 days. We finally got the story in because we're kind of overloaded on complaints. But when it comes to customer service, you're not happy about this one Vitrans bus driver. Tell us why.
Because he's I know him. This is my 4th time riding with this guy, and every time I go on there, he has something smart to say to someone. You try to do something, you open the window for a minute to catch a little air because he refused to turn on the AC. When you turn it on, when you open the window, he won't even say, "Hey, you, oh ma'am," or nothing. He'll say, "Hey, fat lady, close the window."
He says, "Hey, fat lady."
Yeah, fat lady, close the window. Or when you're not at your terminal, he makes sure he will pass you straight, and then when he stops at the destination, he'll tell you to be at your post at time when you see the Vitran coming. And then there was the other day there was an incident with an older lady in Grove. He saw her there, and he refused to pick her up. When he did stop, he kept the lady was by the door, and he just started to drive off slowly. She tried to be holding on to the door, and he's still driving off.
And you witnessed this?
Witnessed this. I told him, I said, "Sir, I think there's something wrong. You're having a bad attitude today or something. You know, you need to straighten up yourself because how you're moving is uncomfortable for us. You know, everybody's watching you and these things." He gets violent with me, started telling me things, you know, cussing me, telling me words. I explained, I talking to him. I was not saying nothing violent to him. And then he stops the bus, tells me to get out the bus. I must get out his bus. Did not want to give me my money, refused to give me my money. I told him not getting off the bus, so he took me back to this terminal, and then his supervisor demanded me to come off the bus. I told her I'm not getting off the bus because he's very rude and obnoxious, and that how I'm refused to get off the bus without my money. Then the rest of the bus was telling her that he was a very rude man. Until Ms. Uzi Richardson's mother stood up for me.
Senator Uzi Richards' mother.
Uzi Richards'
I remember her from the celebration with Vern at the, they had the thing at the Veterans Park in Frederickstead. So I remember her very well. She was on that bus.
She was on the bus. She was to the front. And she's like, "No, it was not her. He's a very, very rude bus driver. Very rude bus driver."
Senator's mother witnessed this.
Yes. And she got off the bus without getting back her money.
Then what happened?
They took me to the police station.
Who took you to the police station?
The Vitran.
With the whole bus?
With the whole bus. I mean, everybody is so late. Everybody was an hour late.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that the passengers on the way to, this is rush hour?
This is at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Rush hour, a whole bus full of passengers, and y'all went right up to the jail?
Straight to the jail. Saying I was a bad person, yelling and quarreling and telling me how I said all kind of things for the poor guy, and he refused to give me my money back. They want me off the bus, so I said, "Okay, I'll go to the police station with you guys."
And then what happened?
The police officer asked her to give me my money back because she was totally wrong.
So you got your money back?
I got my money back, but the rest of the folks didn't get their money back. They had to come off the bus because they had to get a next taxi to get to the work.
From the police station?
From the police station.
Do buses stop at the police station?
No, they don't. They stop for me though, right?
Well, Tina, we're really fortunate because let's get another side of the toke. This is a retired Vitrans bus driver who happens to be right here at the bus shanty here at the Vitrans terminal in Lorraine. You heard this young lady's story just now.
I did.
And what do you think about that story?
Well, if she's right, I think that somebody needs to be disciplined. You know, I wasn't there, so I don't know how.
Right, of course. We'd have to hear his side of the story. How many years were you a Vitrans bus driver?
9.
9 years?
Yeah.
Were passengers rude to you?
Some, once in a while, but nothing big. Nothing, you know, I took care of it usually.
Did you ever pick up this young lady?
I don't think so.
Okay. Let's wrap this up then. Other Vitrans drivers, have you witnessed out-of-place Vitrans drivers while you were coming up? I mean, everyone has problems in a bad day.
Everybody has the problems, you know, now and again with passengers, but you know, the best they could do is just try and be a good bus driver, so you could You have to be a good bus driver to drive this bus.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what should Tiana do to follow up on this? Should she contact perhaps the general managers over there at Public Works and Mr. Dudley, the folks that run Vitrans? Perhaps she could get an audience with them. Perhaps they're watching this tonight.
There's a supervisor that comes here all the time, so she could start with them,
That's right.
If it's...
All right.
Can I say something, Mrs. Swell?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something. Since the time I've been getting Vitran, I never got treated like this before from the other employees. They are the sweetest thing I ever saw. But this one guy, Joseph, is out of place. He's well out of place. I am so sorry to put it like this, but you're well out of place, sir. Thank you so much.